Take a good look at Valparaiso High School. They are the host for the Class 4A Semistate between the Penn Lady Kingsmen and the Eagles of Zionsville. TV 46 proud to bring you this semi-state action here on WHME. I'm Bob Nagel along with Bill Beck and Bo Hunt. Chuck Freeby has the day off. He's with Notre Dame baseball down in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And we're proud to bring you this game today because it means the two teams have played extremely well during the tournament and have gotten down to the Final Four. You move on to the state championship after today. Bo Hunt, it's a neat story when you look at Zionsville and what they've done and where they've come from. As their team matured, their younger players got some experience. Guess what? Pretty good basketball team.
Yeah, you look at this team. This is 3 sectional championships in a row, their first regional championship ever, playing in their first semi-state. A team that got beat by Carmel by 24-12 and then beat them. And so this team has really come a long way, really matured. They got MADDIE NOLAN, who's just a star Division I player, so look out for Zionsville.
Well, it should be a tough test for Penn, and yet when you talk about Penn, everybody mentioned Christy Kaneski-Ulrich because she's such a magnificent coach. Won the state championship 2 years ago, but she's also got a very special team led by Sarah Doy and some other players, again, that have a focus on playing next week.
Oh, definitely. Christy's got a team and a program that year in and year out they get in this situation. 2 years ago, state champs. Last year, heartbreaking loss in the sectional, and so they're looking to get back to that state championship game as well. You got Sarah Doy, Tia Chambers, who was out with a knee injury last year. She's back. She's ready to go. Both of them were part of that state championship team, so they got a lot of tradition at Penn.
Looking for a great matchup today. Bill Beck is going to be on the sidelines for us. And Bill, you're a veteran of these kind of games. How many times you see a team come in and maybe they don't play well and you say, well, they're really happy to be in the semi-state instead of thinking about the state championship. Both these teams, I think, have a pretty good focus.
A lot of intangibles here. You got the young, fresh team who's here for the first time. Then you've got a Penn who's been at this level 3, 4, 5 times. 7 20-win seasons in the last 8 years. Penn girls have grown up in this winning culture. Zionsville is new to the game. Now we'll see during the game who can control their adrenaline and keep their head on straight right now.
Well, we'll see who steps up because we all know about MADDIE NOLAN and what she can do for Zionsville, but they're going to need help from other players. We'll take a break and we come back. We'll have our Jordan pregame show for you, where we'll talk about our key players and keys to win. You're watching the Class 4A Semi-State from Valparaiso High School between Penn and Zionsville. We're back in a moment.
This is the WHME TV 46 High School Game of the Week, brought to you by Indiana Criminal Justice, IU South Bend, TCU, Jordan Automotive Group, Bethel College Admissions, Electrical Workers Local 153, Crown Trophy, JV Macri Orthodontics, Bill's Heating, Imagineering Finishing Technologies, RUOFF Home Mortgage, and the IHSAA.
And we welcome you back to Valparaiso High School as we have a chance now to bring you the Jordan Auto Group pregame shows we have all season. Really appreciate Jordan's support and the wonderful work that they do sponsoring our games. And our pre- and post-game show is also brought to you today by Bub Funeral Chapel, a legendary establishment in Mishawaka. We're glad to have them with us as well. And we're going to take a look at the keys to win, key players, and starting with Zionsville. Actually, we're going to start with Penn. Turnover on NAGLE, his first of the day. And for the Penn Lady Kingsmen, we're going to keep an eye on a very special young lady, Sarah Doy. She wears number 20. She's a 5'5" senior and a great leader on this team. She's an outstanding player, and Sarah's done a great job for the team. And on the season, Sarah Doy averages 12.7 points per game, 4.1 rebounds, and 3.2 assists per contest. Also in that lineup for Penn today will be Tia Chambers, a 5'11" senior. She'll wear number 30. Tia Chambers, 9.2 points per game, 7.2 rebounds, and she is just an outstanding player on this team. 57% from the field on the season, and those are the key players. Bo Hunt, give us some keys to win for the Penn Lady Kingsmen.
Well, the keys to win tonight for the Kingsmen. Team D, they need to protect the paint. They need to pack it in, make sure nothing gets down in the paint, whether it's a dribble drive or passes down. Rebound and handle their length. There's a lot of length out there by Zionsville. They need to make sure they handle that and rebound with some force and push in transition. Christy wants to get up the floor and push the basketball, get this up. High-scoring basketball game. Christy Kanuski in her 9th year at Penn.
You know, it's a great opportunity for us. It's going to be a great matchup. You know, they're a very steady and talented team, and both of us have earned the right to be here today.
And now we take a look at some of the key players for Zionsville. The Eagles come in with a record of 21-5. MADDIE Nolan, their top player, one of the top players around the state, 5'11" junior, is outstanding offensively for Zionsville. Also does a good job on defense. MADDIE Nolan, 22.2 points a game, 6 rebounds, 80% free throw shooter, 96 assists in addition to all the points she scored. She is the player for Zionsville. And they also want to tell you about Delaney Richardson, number 33, a 6'1" junior. She has a sister that's also 6'1", it's a freshman. But Delaney's been a real leader on this team. Delaney Richardson is outstanding for Zionsville as she averages 10.8 points per game, 6.5 rebounds, 80% free throw shooter. Bo Hunt, keys to win for those Eagles.
Keys to win tonight for Zionsville. They need to put pressure on the kids. Kids meaning Penn's got 2 freshmen in that lineup, so you got to put pressure on them and see how they can handle it. And they got a board advantage. They got 3 girls, 6'1", another one 5'11" in the starting lineup, so they definitely have some height. Take advantage of that on the board and dance with who brung us here. Hey, they call it the big dance for a reason. Keep going with it. Andy McGuire in his 15th year at Zionsville.
Yeah, you know, we're pretty lucky. Our kids are smart. They're very good in the classroom and also focused on basketball. We started this thing with a whole idea that we needed to make 6 business trips to really get to where we wanted to be. So we have a briefcase and we've done all kinds of motivational things, and they've really done a great job of buying into it, and they're good players. So this is unfinished business. I mean, they want to move on to the next round, but they know they have to play really well today for that to happen.
2 teams blessed with great coaching. Christy Kaneski-Elric for Penn and Andy McGuire for Zionsville. Well, coming up, the 4A Semistate from Valparaiso High School. We're glad you're with us on TV 46, your home for high school sports. Today's broadcast of Indiana High School girls basketball 4A semi-state action is brought to you in part by Indiana Criminal Justice Institute. They say, whoa, don't text and drive. Don't be distracted. Pay attention. And they will sponsor one of our features at the end of the game, our whoa stop of the game. And that'll be a good defensive play by one of these teams. And they're both very capable of doing that. The Penn Kingsmen taking on the Eagles of Zionsville. And Bo Hunt here with the starting lineups for today's game.
Yeah, they're just finishing up introducing the Penn Kingsmen. Those are Jordan Smith, Sarah Doy, Tia Chambers, and Treese Shelton, and Trinity Clinton. And they're coached by Christy Ulrich. And for the Zionsville Eagles, their starting lineup includes the Richardson sisters, Katie and Delaney, MADDIE Nolan, we're going to be calling her name quite often tonight, Megan Sheridan, and Kaylee Riggins. There's your starting lineups. And Zionsville is coached by Andy McGuire in his 15th year at Zionsville, his 2nd stint overall.
We always like to look at the matchups in the previous history, but these teams have not met before. Penn is in its 9th semi-state. They won 3 of those and, of course, went on to the state championship 2 years ago. Zionsville making its first semi-state appearance. That could be really crucial because it could affect maybe the confidence or whatever. And I give credit, a lot of credit to Andy McGuire. He said, we're going to go out in the first quarter and just feel it out, see what's going on, and we think we'll be fine. And look at the 2 coaches here, Christy Kaneski-Elric on the left side and Andy McGuire on the right side. Those are our 2 head coaches for today's game as we get ready now for our national anthem as both teams line up on the court. A few thousand fans on hand here at Valparaiso High School to cheer on their respective teams. On the near side, near our broadcast location, all the folks from Zionsville sporting the team color green, and on the other side, the Penn fans, a lot of them wearing black and gold, and what a tradition they have built at Penn High School in girls basketball and a lot of other things. So much excellence there when you talk about football and the great job they've done there. Boys basketball with Al Rhodes. This is one of the few schools, Bo, in the state of Indiana where you have two head coaches who have won state championships. Al Rhodes won his down at Warsaw. Christie won one 2 years ago. What a great commitment to the young people at Penn High School. The officials for today's game, I want to mention Larry Samano, Justin Faw, and Ronald Day. Those are our officials for today's game. And we're ready to tip it up. And the opening tip, Tia Chambers for Penn, and it's controlled by Megan Sheridan of Zionsville. Zionsville with the ball in their white uniforms, usually their home uniforms with that forest green trim. Penn in their road black uniforms with white and gold trim. Touching the basketball for Zionsville, Delaney Richardson, number 33. Got it out top. Had it in the hands of Kaylee Riggins, who leads them in assists with 79. And now a shot from the outside. And Zionsville breaks on top by a score of 2-0.
Nice shot by the freshman, Katie Richardson. Katie's sister, Delaney, averaging 10 a game as well.
Penn now sets up the offense. Sarah Doy got it off in the hands of Jordan Smith, and she draws a foul. And the head coach, Andy McGuire, up saying, I didn't think that was a foul. And the official said, you don't get an opinion. You know, they never ask us either, Bo.
Yeah.
A lot of times we think we see something.
Maddie Nolan, the junior, averaging 22 a game, picking up her first foul here early in the first quarter.
Penn gets the ball into Sarah Doy. She's back over in the left side to Jordan Smith. Doy, jumper on the way, off the iron, no good. Rebound down to Penn. That's going to be crucial for Penn. Any offensive rebound they get against this bigger team is going to be big. Jordan Smith did a good job of getting position. Now driving underneath with Doy. Got it to Smith. Nice over to Chambers, wide open, and we're tied at 2. Boy, you talk about running a play and being patient with it and letting it set up. Chambers with 2, we're tied at 2. And folks, it could be this way for a long part of this game. Two very good teams. With the basketball is Maddie Nolan, number 24. She dribbles to her left. Looks back to her right. They double teamed her. She found somebody open down low. And a nice job and a nice basket. Put up that time by Megan Sheridan. She has 2. Penn breaking the pressure. Dory down the lane. Got into traffic. Kicked it back. 3 in the way. Smith says, yeah, that was a three-pointer. Jordan Smith with a 3. Penn on top 5-4.
Little pressure by Penn here as well, seeing what Zionsville was doing. And, a blocking call.
Well, there was a truck loose on a Semistate. It was Megan Sheridan, and the Penn effort to draw the foul just a half a step late. Thought it was a pretty good call.
Yeah, well, it was Sarah Doy picking up her first foul there. Looked like she got in front, but didn't have her feet quite set.
Inbound, the pass goes to Sheridan. And now back in the hands of Maddie Nolan, All-State candidate. Nice job. Ooh, nice kick too. They find an open player. Shot up in the corner, no good. Rebound tipped around and out of it. No, still controlled. Nice job by Sheridan to keep control of the ball. Zionsville sets it up again. They bring it back out on top. Kaylee Riggins, a 5'8" senior, gives it off. Nolan has it tipped away, but it stays with Zionsville. That was Delaney Richardson, number 33, had it tipped away. Riggins lost the handle, chases it down. Got it back. Into traffic, a lot of traffic, and they get it down low.
Sheridan again, 4 points for Sheridan on the board.
Sheridan with 2 buckets, and it's a 6-5 Zionsville lead. Penn basketball. And a whistle and a travel call.
Congratulations to the Penn girls basketball team on a great season from the Lynn Zappia Law Office. Keep up the good work for Semistate. If you have a family law need, call Lynn Zappia at 287-2240.
Appreciate the great support of all the Penn fans. Len Zappia among the best. He had a son that played football at Penn. Zionsville basketball. Kaylee Riggins off on the right side. Got it to Maddie Nolan. Back out top now. Megan Sheridan. Nolan. Sheridan. Gotta watch for backdoor cuts. 4:11 to go first quarter. Zionsville. Lob it down low. Ball taken to the basket. Foul called on Penn. Boy, they're getting some nice action on the baseline, finding open players.
Great job by Hannah Bobo there, taking it strong to the hoop. The foul on Trinity. Yep, fouls on Trinity Clinton. Her first, team second. Bobo goes to the line. That's Katie Richardson. Bobo's on Penn. We were reading the wrong side.
Made the bucket and the free throw. Biggest lead of the day for Zionsville at 9-5. Penn has the basketball. Smith dribbled in, now kicks it back out on top. Got in the hands of Reagan Pate, who checked into the ball game after that last break. Now shot put up, no good. Penn gets a jump ball out of the deal, and the alternating possession stays with the Lady Kingsmen. Good hustle by both players down there on the baseline. Also checking into the game for Penn was Grace Adams, a 5'10 freshman. Averages 3 points and 3 rebounds a game. Ball's knocked away out of bounds. Pretty good defense there by Kaylee Riggins, 5'8 senior. Execution really good on the inbound that time. Tia Chambers with the basketball. Looking down low. Found Sarah Doy. Sarah's always looking for an opportunity to get to the basket. Now the weave out top. Smith has it. Kicked it back over. Grace Adams, 3 on the way off. No good. It hit the ribbon up above the basket. It bounced so high that it hit the ribbon, and that's the end of the play. A dead ball and out of bounds to Zionsville. 9-5. The Eagles on top. Penn picking up with some three-quarter court token pressure, and now a long shot from the outside. That's off, no good, and over the back. Ooh. And that is Maddie Nolan, I believe, over the back with the foul.
Second foul here early in the first period. Zionsville 9-5 lead. Maddie Nolan picking up her second foul with 3:15 to go in the first.
And head coach Andy McGuire going to keep her in right now.
Indiana Criminal Justice Institute reminds you to drive sober or get pulled over.
Smith with the basketball. Takes a shot from the outside. Three-pointer good. Good way to get back in the ball game in a hurry. 9-8. Penn down by 1. Zionsville basketball. Bob Nagel with Bo Hunt and Bill Beck bringing you the Semistate from Valparaiso High School. Chuck Freeby off with Notre Dame baseball this weekend. Missing a dandy. Zionsville down low. Turn, spin, off the iron, no good. Tia Chambers with the rebound. Penn can take the lead. Sarah Dory down the floor quickly. They want to push it in transition. Got it on the wing. Three-pointer on the way. It's off, no good. Missed by Reagan Pate, the 5'7 sophomore, and down to Zionsville. They take it down quickly, and Penn gets the rebound out to miss. And a nice outlet pass there from Sarah Doy. Got it to Smith. She squared up, wanted to shoot, goes to the hoop, lays it up, too strong. Chambers rebound, put it up, too strong again, and the rebound down to Zionsville. Katie Richardson with the rebound. Penn had a couple of chances right there at the 2-minute mark to take the lead. Ball on the baseline, off the glass. Nice job. Good, strong left-handed move there by Megan Sheridan. And with 1:44 to go in the first quarter, it's 11-8. Now, three-pointer on the way, and off no good. Good look there by Pate. Couldn't get it to go.
Definitely have a fast pace to this game, and one of the keys we talked about when was Penn eliminating the points in the paint, and so far, 10 of the 11 points have been in the paint for Zionsville.
Pretty aggressive pass there by Kaylee Riggins, out of bounds. It'll belong to Penn. Checking in for Zionsville comes Katie Huber, 5'7" sophomore. Averages a couple points a game. In now for Penn. And Tree Shelton comes back in the ball game. Penn with the basketball, 3-point contest. Joy through traffic, got all the way inside, laid it up and in. Oh, a little bit reminiscent, Bo, of the winning basket against Lake Central.
Oh, definitely. She takes it in there strong, uses her body well. Great job by Tree Shelton on the pickoff.
And nice job to get the ball back out. And the shot from the outside, off the iron, no good. Tipped and controlled by Zionsville, and a foul called on Shelton. Tree Shelton, the 6'2" sophomore, committing the foul. Penn was moving the ball well. They've had a couple of chances to take the lead. I'm not sure there's a whole lot of urgency going on for Penn, and that there's no panic being down one. You're in a game with Zionsville. Less than a minute to go here in the first quarter, and you're playing well. Both teams playing pretty well.
Yeah, definitely. They both like to push the pace, and they're both having a great job of really moving the ball up and down the floor. Looks like Shelton might pick up her second foul back-to-back.
Yes, she did. I thought there might have been a little bit of a walk just before the effort to get to the basket. But it's going to be 2 free throws coming up.
The teams in this game are working toward a great finish, and so is the team from Imagineering Finishing Technologies. Partners with industry including aerospace, automotive, military, and defense. Medical and precision machining. At IFT, quality is a way of life.
Megan Sheridan came in averaging 7.4 points per game. She's got 7 already, and the 8th attempt misses, and the rebound down to Penn. And the outlet in a hurry. And here they come pushing the pace again. Joy kicks it back out on top. Got it to Jordan Smith. Smith averages 8 points a game. Now gets it down low, and in the paint off the glass, up and in by Chambers. Tia Chambers on the board with her first 2. 19 seconds ago, we're tied at 12. I think they got to be looking for Nolan, although she's got to be careful. She has 2 fouls in the first quarter. Get it off on the side, driving inside, shot up no good, rebound down to Penn, and that's the end of the first quarter. We've played 8 minutes and decided nothing, and that's the good news. What a ball game we've got underway here. At the end of the first quarter, it's Penn 12, Zionsville 12. We're back with second quarter action in a moment here at TV 46, your home for high school sports. We're back with you from Valparaiso High School. Our broadcast brought to you in part by IU South Bend, fulfilling the promise. IU South Bend, and we're going to have our IU South Bend fulfilling the promise player of the game coming up at the end of the game. Bill Beck is standing by down on the floor. What a facility here. What a good first half. Bill Beck?
With a lot of big bodies in there, moving and banging around in there. You see a lot of inside game, almost all inside game exclusively out of Zionsville. You can see what Penn's trying to do. Try to work it in, try to work it out, shoot some threes, and then try to get back inside. But Zionsville seems like their whole premise is to get the ball down deep to their big girls and pound it in and maybe get Penn in foul trouble.
There you see the head coach of Zionsville, Andy McGuire. Got to feel pretty good. He said we're going to come out and maybe feel things out a little bit. Get some tough news, and they're getting ready to leave for the ball game today. Sarah Howell is under the weather. 5'6" junior, gives them some depth at the guard position. She's not able to make the trip. Got a player with the flu. You got to keep her away from everybody else. That's unfortunate, but we're hoping that Sarah is doing well and, well, get healthy, young lady. Ball's tipped around and controlled by Zionsville. Oh, they've got some size, and the big girls handle the ball pretty well.
Yeah, they definitely do. Penn's got that quickness as well, and they're really using it. Good outside shot.
Knocking it down is Delaney Richardson. She's got her first 3 points of the game, and Zionsville back on top by 3. Now Smith throws up a 3. Chambers chases down the rebound. Back to Smith again.
Yeah, the one thing about Penn is they're willing to throw up a bunch of threes. Smith on the year with 90. Doy with over 100. And Pate with over 100. Three attempts on the year.
Grace Adams goes hard to the basket, draws the foul. Couldn't get the ball to drop, but she'll go to the free throw line. Grace Adams, good looking freshman, 5'10". At the free throw line and knocks it down.
Katie Richardson picking up her first foul for Zionsville of the night.
Grace Adams shooting just like her dad Charlie used to shoot. Charlie, longtime area sportscaster, motivational speaker, and this is his baby. Grace is his youngest. Second free throw on the way, rolls around, wouldn't go, and tipped out of bounds by Chambers. It'll belong to Zionsville.
Well, Chambers is all over the place today. She's really being a force inside, and she's really showing her leadership out there today as well.
Zionsville looking into some pressure again. The ball tipped away. Kind of strange. It looked like Delaney Richardson thought the pass was for her, and she tried to grab it. But Zionsville held on. The Eagles trying to get some penetration with Katie Huber. Get the ball out on the wing. Ball's on the floor, heading into the basket, laying it up and in. Katie Huber with the bucket. Her first points of the game. Penn with a pull-up jumper in the lane, rolls around, wouldn't go. Chambers was being ridden out from underneath there on the rebounding attempt. Good position there by Katie Richardson. Zionsville with the basketball. We expected to see a lot of scoring in the first half of the game from Maddie Nolan, but two fouls have limited her aggressive style, especially on offense.
Yeah, we were talking to Andy before the game. We talked about last night's game of a stall for 4 minutes, and he was like, man, I'd be too impatient. They like to go at it, and they like to score some points and get up and down the floor.
Missed opportunity inside by Kaylee Riggins, and the rebound comes down to Penn, and a foul called. I believe it is on Riggins.
Yep, sure is. Teachers Credit Union understands the importance of growing your future. Whether you're growing your family, your square footage, or your business, Teachers Credit Union is here for you with financial solutions that will help you succeed. Visit tcunet.com to get started growing your future today. Federally insured by the NCUA, they are an equal housing opportunity.
Penn gets back on the board with another three-pointer.
Nice shot by Grace Adams there. It was good three-pointer and looked like she might even got fouled on that.
17-16 the score, and a jump ball looks like down in the baseline, and the arrow's pointing toward Penn. Take a look again at the three-pointer by Grace Adams. And I tell you what, they left her open. They said, okay, we're going to let you shoot. She says, thank you very much.
Third three tonight for Penn. Smith with 2, Adams with 1. Penn down by 1 with the ball. Sarah Doy bringing it up the court.
Every time Doy tries to get penetration, she draws people to her, and that creates the opportunity out top. Now a foul called, and that's a foul on Katie Huber as she tried to take it away from Smith. Penn going to the bench. Checking out of the ball game is Trinity Clinton, and checking in for the Kingsmen is Reagan Pate, number 22, the 5'7" sophomore, seeing her second action. Penn goes about 8 deep. They can go 9 or 10 during the regular season, but Christie said they like to back it down a little bit, and there's a traveling call against Penn.
Yeah, when you bring in somebody like Pate as well, as Reagan shot 110 threes on the year, and she's 44%. That's a pretty good rate at three-point percentage there.
Find a three-point shooter over 40%. They're not shooting enough. Got to get it up. Good pressure by Penn. There's a throw on the baseline. Ball's kicked back out of there and nearly out of bounds. 5:02 to go first half. We're hooked in a good one.
Maddie Nolan still scoreless in this first half, averaging 22 a game.
Pass it to Richardson. She couldn't find anybody open and travel with the basketball.
RUOFF Mortgage is proud of our hometown teams and proud to be part of the community. When you're ready to buy a home or need the refinances your existing mortgage, look to RUOFF Home Mortgage.
We've got to stop in the action. 17-16 the score. Zionsville on top by 1. We're back in a moment to Valparaiso High School, the Class 4A Semistate. Be right back. TV 46 bringing you the Girls 4A Semistate from Valparaiso, brought to you in part by Bethel College. Bethel College, equipping for lifelong service. We're talking about the standards been set by Christy Kineski-Ulrich. Unbelievable. 883 career winning percentage. The best of any active girls coach in the great basketball state of Indiana. Something to be really proud of. And people at Mishawaka High School, Bethel, and at Penn, all very proud of that young lady.
Oh, yeah. She's definitely a figure in the Michiana area.
Tia Chambers worked her way to an open shot, but couldn't get it to fall. Zionsville down the floor quickly. And a long shot from the outside, off no good. That one missed by Delaney Richardson, and rebound down to Penn. They get it ahead quickly on the wing. Out top, Tate with the basketball. 4:22 to go, first half. Tate wanted to go to the left. Now she does. Chambers. Grace Adams goes underneath. Now she has the ball on the wing. Adams gives it off to Smith. Smith tied up, had the ball knocked away, got it back, threw it out of bounds. Good defense there by Zionsville.
Great defense, good pressure. Had some people open early in that set, but couldn't find them. And then great defense by Huber here, coming down, seeing the ball loose there.
Yep, and a good effort by Smith to try to keep it alive, but nearest guy to it was Coach McGuire from Zionsville, and he had no desire to shoot. Jump shot from out top, that's off no good, and another missed opportunity for MADDIE Nolan. Still hasn't scored. Now a lob pass down low. Chambers inside, put it on the floor. Goes back inside. Reverse layup, no good. Ball's down to Zionsville. Megan Sheridan with the rebound.
Tia got kind of stuck underneath the basket there and had really no place to go except up, and couldn't get it back, kicked back out there.
High post for the basketball is Katie Richardson. Got it down low and turning, spinning, and putting up the shot. Missing that time was Huber, and the rebound down to Tia Chambers. Here comes Penn again. And Pate's open for a three, and away, got it!
44% shooter, and let her shoot it all day. The fourth three for the Penn Kingsmen in the first half.
Pate's on the board, and Penn has the lead at 19-17. They led 5-4 early in the game.
Tia,
turnover.
Nice job by Tia Chambers there.
Smith down the floor, trying to get set up for a shot. Kicks it back out to Adams. Back to Smith. Penn with a 2-point lead in the basketball. Smith drives down the lane, turns, shoots off the glass, no good. Rebound is controlled by Zionsville. It's been kind of one and done for Penn inside. Gotten a couple of offensive rebounds. And now we've got a timeout on the floor. 2 minutes, 23 seconds left to go in the first half. We've got a dandy. 19-17, the Penn Lady Kingsmen on top in the 4A Semistate. Our broadcast of the 4A Semistate from Valparaiso brought to you in part by RUOFF Home Mortgage. A great name to know when you need a mortgage. Bob Nagel with Bo Hunt and Bill Beck. There's a look at the Penn Lady Kingsmen around their head coach, Christy Kineski-Ulrich. Great job with this team again this year. They had one loss during the season to Lake Central. Got that one back in the championship game of the regional. That's why they're here. And what a great basket that was by Sarah Doy to win that game. Rolled around the rim a couple of times.
Well, we got two teams here that avenged early losses. Penn with the Lake Central one, and Zionsville, Carmel had beat them twice. Talked about that earlier, and they avenged that loss here in the playoff run as well. Got a foul on
Trinity Clinton back in the ball game. She draws her second foul. I think that was on Clinton. Zionsville inbounds the ball. Both teams with 5 fouls here in the first half. 2:08 left to go till halftime. Bill Beck will be joining us with the Bills Heating sideline report with one of our coaches. We have our student athletes of the week brought to you by TCU. That's coming at halftime as well. 1:53 to go. A little weave out top. Taking the ball down the baseline. Delaney Richardson comes back out on top. Gives it off to Riggins. Riggins now off to MADDIE Nolan. Shot on the left side. Oh, they found a hot spot right there. And knocking it down is Katie Richardson.
Nice shot. Good ball movement by Zionsville. Oh, Payne Fate stepped on the line over there. Turnover. Zionsville ball. Head coach Ryan Lightfoot and the Bethel Pilots invite you to join them for a game this season on the campus of Bethel College in Mishawaka. Bring the entire family for a game and enjoy college basketball at its finest. Visit www.bethelcollege.edu for a complete basketball schedule, and the Pilots wishing these teams a great game.
Kaylee Riggins with the ball out top. 1:18 to go for the half. Zionsville on top by 1 now. They get the ball down low, and Nolan puts up a shot. It's knocked out of bounds. They're going to give the ball to Zionsville. Looked like some contact in there. I thought maybe one of the Penn girls got bumped. The ball inbounded now. They're really trying to get Maddie Nolan a shot in the basket that last possession. Now they get it out in the wing. Three-pointer up, no good, and rebound down to Penn. Good hustle by Pate. Grace Adams got it over to Smith. She pulls up. Her jumper on the way is up and no good, and run down in the corner by Zionsville. 48 seconds to go first half. 20-19 the score.
Bill's Heating has been keeping families and businesses comfortable since 1951. You can relax knowing your family's comfort is their top priority. And Bill's Heating was voted best of the best by the readers of the Goshen News. Call Bill's Heating at 574-333-2079.
Looks like Zionsville's going to hold for the last shot. Coach Rick up giving directions to a team what she wants them to do. They want to come out and put a little pressure on the perimeter. Now they throw it the opposite side, back out top. They get it inside, and shot put up, no good. Rebound up and rolls around, wouldn't go. Rebound again. We got 4 seconds to go. The ball out. Zionsville has it. They try to go inside, knocked away. The half's going to end. What a great defensive stop by Penn at the end of the first half as they keep it a 1-point game as they head to the locker room. Zionsville 20. Penn 19. Bill Beck is down on the sidelines. Got a chance to talk with Christy Kineski-Ulrich when she gets over there. She'll be there in just a second or so. But what a stop by Penn. This could be our lowest stop of the game. And that they prevented Zionsville from getting that last shot that they waited for. And when the horn went off, a lot of disappointment by the Eagles. But pretty happy situation for Penn. And they will go to the locker room like they wanted to do. Be hooked in a good one with a good team like Zionsville. There'll be some adjustments certainly, but we'll also see what happens as far as the Penn Kingsmen, how they react, what Zionsville wants to do. Not a whole lot of foul trouble for either team. Maddie Nolan does have 2 for Zionsville. That limited her play a little bit. 2 on Trinity Clinton for Penn. And other than that, not too much. Bill Beck's with Chrissy Kineski-Ulrich. Bill?
Coach, what did you like about the first half?
You know, we did a lot of good things, but we definitely got to clean some things up here in the second half. We missed a few defensive rotations where we took some timeouts out there on the court, and then a couple of quick shots where we could have set up the offense and got a great shot versus a good shot.
It looks like they're going to try to keep pounding you inside as much as they can. How do you defend that?
You know, they've definitely established that that's what they're looking to go after, is some of our inside kids and and really show an inside presence. You know, we're keeping a lot of kids at bay, and, you know, they've hit some big shots from the outside, so we just got to do a better job defensively.
Good luck, Coach. Thank you for your time.
Thank you,
Bob
Bill.
and Bo.
Bill Beck with the Bills Heating sideline report. And I tell you what, good first half, a lot of fun. We've got our student athletes coming up here at halftime, and then we'll be back to check on some highlights and stats. You're watching TV 46 coverage of the 4A Semistate from Valparaiso, Penn, and Zionsville. We'll be back. And we welcome you back to Valparaiso High School and a chance to honor our student athletes of the week during the Class 4A Semistate between Penn and Zionsville. Our broadcast brought to you by TCU. TCU reminds you to go online at tcunet.com and find out how you can become a member today. We're very proud of our 2 young ladies who are with us for this feature today. Sarah Doy from Penn High School and Annie Tukarik is with us from Zionsville High School. And Annie, first of all, I want to congratulate you on being singled out for this award. It means you've done a great job on the court, on the softball diamond, and also in the classroom.
Yep, it's just hard work pays off, so just managing time and everything just works out, so it's good.
A lot of discipline and all that. Do you find that the athletics leads to some discipline in the time management and academics?
Yeah, sometimes it gets hard, but you push through and it just works out.
Talk about what your plans are for college. I think you might be a tree in the future, a sycamore.
Yep, I'm going to attend Indiana State in the fall where I'll play softball and continue my career there and get a great education.
What if every inter-hall team asked you to play basketball for them?
I don't know. That might be too much, but I'm probably just going to focus on softball and then academics.
That's a great school. My daughter went there, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
So we have great memories of Indiana State. Talk about who's been on your team, who's been in your corner for all your success.
Definitely my parents. My brothers also really pushed me to be better, both of them, but one of them plays baseball at Evansville, and he's just really helped me through everything, so it's a big influence.
Well, you're being Terre Haute. That's not too far from Evansville, right?
Right.
It'll work out good for you and Mom and Dad. That'll be
Yep.
a good thing. Wish you all the best.
Thank you.
All right, Ann Carrick is with us from Zionsville High School, and Sarah Dory from Penn High School. Sarah, I asked your coach what we'd talk about as far as your accomplishments. She said you're only on for a couple of minutes. We need an hour. And I think she's right. Congratulations on everything you've done. And getting it done in the classroom is great. Also on the basketball floor, not only a great player, scorer, but a great leader in this team.
Thank you. Yeah, it's just been a fun, great season with this team and these girls. It's special.
You have been a real program kid. I mean, you've been in the program for 4 years. You're a part of the team that won the state championship 2 years ago. And you've always been one of those kids that the coach can count on to do things the right way. And it takes a lot of discipline to handle yourself that way. Talk about how that maybe melds into what you do academically.
Yeah, just the discipline to get all my schoolwork done on time, and then with basketball practice, just finding that time management and getting things done.
Now you're going to wear the green over at Huntington, and that's a great choice, great university. Talk about what led you in that direction.
Yeah, I just love the campus and then the community feeling of it all, and I love the coach. She's awesome, like always supportive in everything that I've done so far this season.
Give us an idea who's behind you in your camp. I know you've got a strong group that's really happy for your success.
Yeah, my mom and my dad always pushing me to be better, and just they're so proud of me for everything that I have accomplished this season. And then my grandma too, she's always watching our games online. So, yeah.
Grandma gets to watch this game too, right?
She does.
All right. Well, Sarah, congratulations on all your success. Wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Sarah Doy from Penn High School and Ann Carrick from Zionsville High School, our Student Athletes of the Week, brought to you by TCU. TCU reminds you to go online at tcunet.com and find out how you can become a member today. We're back with our halftime stats and highlights in just a moment. You're watching TV 46 coverage of the Class 4A Semistate from Valparaiso. Crown Trophy, nationally known, locally owned, our sponsor for our ball game tonight. We appreciate their support. And we also, I'll tell you that our pre and post game shows today brought to you by Bub's Funeral Chapel. And here we are at Valparaiso. Their high school holds about 5,000, I think, in this arena, and there's probably about 3,000 folks on hand for this game. It's the 4A Semistate. Penn Kingsman trailing Zionsville at halftime, 20-19. Let's take a look at the way it got to be this way. And certainly some highlights for both teams in that first half. Three-pointer early in the contest, and then Penn came back. Chambers got the layup. They've been working the ball inside, trying to get it inside, and doing a good job. They've had some outstanding play from Katie Richardson with 8 points and Megan Sheridan with 7 points. Penn got some nice outside shots. Grace Adams hit a 3, and then Pate hit a 3. But what you don't see in these highlights, an important number, and that's 0. 0 points for their leading scorer, and that is MADDIE Nolan. Came in averaging 22 points a game, has nothing at halftime. Field goal percentage is important in this one, Bo, because Zionsville's hitting 39% to 30 for Penn. 3 points, been a factor. 4 of them for Penn, 2 for Zionsville. Rebounds about even, turnovers about even. And Bo, we talked at halftime. The first thing we took our headsets off, what did we say to each other?
Said if we thought MADDIE Nolan would have 0 points at halftime, Penn would be up by 10. And you know what? Their other girls are doing it. Their other girls are stepping up, and especially in the paint with their size.
Well, and in our pregame interview with Andy McGuire, he said we're going to need some other people to step up and help out. He didn't know it'd be all the points, but right now they lead at 20-19. Let's take a break. We'll come back with second half action, and we'll hear from Bill Beck. Stay with us here on TV 46, your home for high school sports. TV 46 coverage of the 4A Semistate from Valparaiso being brought to you in part by the electrical workers of Local 153, making our communities brighter. Bill Beck along the sidelines had a chance to believe to talk with Zionsville head coach Andy McGuire. Bill?
Yeah, Coach talked about he saw what he thought he'd see in the first half, two really good teams still trying to figure each other out. And it took 2 quarters to do that. And he says he's still not sure if either a team has figured it out. He needs to get Maddie Nolan on the floor more, get her more involved. They're used to having this, he says, that teams take her down around Indianapolis, take her out of the game all the time. They're used to it, but they're used to responding to it as well.
Thank you very much. Bill Beck's report brought to you by Bill's Heating. And we're underway with second half action. They got the ball right to Maddie Nolan to start the second half, but she's giving it up. Good defense by Penn. The spacing is really good. They're helping out when the ball gets in the post.
Yeah, they're doing a great job of switching on screens, and they're double dribble.
Good pressure in the backcourt. Watching the defensive assignment, it looked like Zionsville's top scorer, Maddie Nolan, averages 22 points a game, was being guarded pretty well down there by Sarah Doig.
Interested in improving all areas of your fitness program or sport? Join the Strength and Conditioning Center in Mishawaka, Beacon Sports Performance. They offer youth, high school, adult performance training. Visit beaconhealthandfitness.org today.
Chambers got it down low, wasn't able to finish. Rebound is down to Zionsville. Kaylee Riggins trying to set up the offense. Got the ball down to Nolan. She pops, stops, ball's blocked from behind. Nice job by a wonderful effort defensively by Antri Shelton. That could be a woe step. We've got some good defensive efforts in this ball game by both teams.
Yeah, we sure have. I mean, both defenses have really stepped up. You know, low scoring second quarter there, 7 and 8 points respectively, and still with the 1 point lead. And Shelton.
Nice look, nice pass from Chambers. Antri Shelton got loose on the baseline.
Penn taking the 1 point lead now. Back and forth game. What a great semi-state game we were able to bring you guys.
21-20 to score. Nolan gave it off on the wing to Katie Richardson. Now they go the opposite side. Jumper up, no good. And rebound is down to Chambers. Got it out quickly. 3-on-2. They got the ball ahead. Smith on the left wing, and she'll bring it back out. They doubled on her down low. She gets tied up, lost the ball. That's one of those cases, Bo. You either got to keep your foot on the gas or stop out of midcourt and set up your offense. Here's Nolan with the ball. You kick it back on the baseline. Got it in the hands now. Megan Sheridan. She gives it out on top to Haley Riggins. Well, I'm watching this Penn defense doing a great job. And there's a screen, and now a short jumper is coming clean with Sheridan. She knocks it in. She has 9. Lead all scorers on the floor.
What a great pick and roll by Richardson and Sheridan there, and really Sheridan rolling off and hitting another bucket in the paint. Zionsville's been living in that paint.
You lead it by 1. Penn basketball. Good hustle by Trinity Clinton trying to get set up. She kicks it back, and now Smith drives baseline. Back out top. Now in the hands of Antri Shelton. They give it back out on top to Smith. No side, Clinton with it. High post. Shelton tries to go to the hoop. Oh, she was pulled down hard.
Gonna be on Maddie Nolan.
Well, if that's on Nolan, that's number 3.
Sure is. Maddie Nolan picking up her 3rd foul.
They didn't announce who had the foul, but you're right, Bo. It was Maddie Nolan. That's her 3rd. Shelton at the line. Shelton. Free throw off, no good. Shelton has struggled a bit. There's Maddie Nolan, one of the top players in the state, having a struggle today against this Penn defense. Shelton on the season, just 38% from the line. Missed her first one. She'll have another opportunity here. Chance to tie the game at 22, and she does. Antri Shelton knocked it down. All tied at 22. Now the transition game for Zionsville. They get it out. There's Nolan for 3 and away. Got it. Maddie Nolan on the board, and the fans come to life. That's her first basket. Came with 4:53 to go in the 3rd quarter. Penn back the other way. Shot up no good. Penn got the rebound. Foul. Jump ball. Jump ball on and stay with Penn. Look at Maddie Nolan. Her team tied at 22. Hadn't scored in the ball game. Nice kick out, no defense there in time, and she's able to get the shot off. But it's a pretty pure shot there, Bo.
It was. She caught it in rhythm, and it was the first really clean shot she's had all night. And she knocks it down and shows why she's one of the leading scorers in the state, averaging 22 a game.
Driving in, finishing is Smith.
Clinton.
Clinton finished on the basket. Kennedy Clinton with her first 2 of the ball game.
The 7th Penn Kingsman in the scorebook now. 7 of them have scored. They like to spread the ball around.
25-24, Zionsville on top by 1. Zionsville alphabetically the last team listed in the IHSA reference book. Ball down in the baseline, turning back out the other way with Sheridan. Now it's off the hands, they say, of Penn.
Looks like it is off Penn, they're calling it. Timeout Penn.
And a timeout called by the Penn Kingsmen. It's 25-24, Zionsville on top by 1. 4 minutes, 3 seconds left to go here in the 3rd quarter. And the Penn Lady Kingsmen in the ball game, battling for a chance to get to the state final next week. We're back with more from Valparaiso in a moment. Our TV 46 coverage of the 4A Semistate from Valparaiso being brought to you in part by Bill's Heating, keeping families and businesses comfortable since 1951. Ball will be long to Zionsville under their own basket. Adams in there along with Shelton, setting up the defense for Penn. I would think they'd be trying to go back to Nolan as soon as they can. She has it on the wing, kicks it back out on top, open for a 3. Shot up no good, and rebound chased down by Ann Turkaric, who's in the ball game. You saw her at halftime. They kick it on the side, and Richardson. Katie Richardson knocks it down for a deuce.
The freshman with 10 points, leading scorer for Zionsville.
Penn gets down the floor, they put up a shot. It did not go in, and fighting for the rebound, Zionsville lost it out of bounds.
Yeah, Zionsville fans wanted an over back on that call. Looked like they might have got away with one a little bit.
Penn basketball, trailing by 3, 3:36 to go, 3rd quarter. Chambers turned, went to the hoop, put it up no good. Rebound underneath to Grace Adams and a foul called. And that's on Ann Turkaric, I believe. That'll be her first.
Ann Turkaric, our student athlete of the week.
Really enjoyed meeting that young lady. She's going to be a powerhouse softball player at Indiana State, that's for sure. Coming out of the ball game now is number 33, Delaney Richardson. And Zionsville with the steal. They get it ahead quickly, going up for the shot, laying it up and in. Nice conversion there by Katie Richardson. She has 4 in the second half. It's a 5-point lead for Zionsville.
All set up by Maddie Nolan on the big inbound steal.
Grace Adams for 3, knocks it down. Here's an answer for you. Grace Adams has 7 points in this ball game.
We talked about somebody else maybe stepping up for Penn, and look at Grace Adams averaging 2.6 a game as a freshman, already with 7 huge buckets, 7 points.
This point of the season, Bo, we always talk about how sophomores play like juniors. Now a shot down the baseline, denied by Chambers, who is called on the foul. Watch Grace Adams. What a wonderful young lady, and a nice kick. Good rhythm. Caught the ball, squared up, bang. Nice job.
Imagineering Finishing Technologies is an Indiana company that impacts industries worldwide. Over half a century of quality and excellence has made us the industry knowledge source. We support the efforts of the young people in this game. We're working toward the same goal, and that is a great finish.
Megan Sheridan missed her first one. She'll have another opportunity here. She has 9 points and now 10. Double-figure score. She came into the ball game averaging 7.4. Penn with the basketball. 3-point lead. You're looking for a 3-pointer here or penetration? You'll take either one. Smith with it out top. They're staying on her. Now she comes open again. She's now they got it in the corner and a 3 on the way. Knocking it down was Pate.
Wow, Pate with another 3-pointer.
Was that Smith? I thought it was Pate.
It was Pate.
Sometimes our PA announcer's not sure. That's all right. Out top. We're tied at 30. And you can see the pressure almost on Maddie Nolan wanting to get a shot off. And Penn continues tonight. She has to give it up. Now they get it down low. It's knocked away. Chartrice Shelton Entry Shelton with the personal foul. That's her second, I believe. And you see the ball got in just a half second late. It's a common foul out of bounds to Zionsville.
We're marking down as Entry Shelton now has 3 fouls according to the scoreboard. Tia Chambers coming back in for Shelton. Congratulations to the Penn girls basketball team on a great season from Lynn Zappia Law Offices. Keep up the good work for Semistate. If you have a family law need, call Lynn Zappia 287-2240.
Maddie Nolan again with the ball. That look on her face like it got to create. Now inside, the ball's put up no good, and the rebound down to Chambers for Penn. Riggins missed the layup. Here come the Kingsmen trying to push the pace. Inside, shot put up, foul called, and going to the free throw line for Penn will be Sarah Doy, the 5'5" senior.
She really took it at Nolan there, trying to get Nolan to pick up her 4th foul. I don't know if we got a great replay of that, but that was a great job of really taking it to the hoop and taking it to Nolan.
Substitution coming up for Zionsville. It'll be Katie Huber coming back in the ballgame. That last foul was called on Katie Richardson, her second. And watch it again. Doy's got everybody moving. And you could see, Bo, what a good point you brought up there, because no question that Maddie Nolan didn't want foul number 4.
Nope, she stayed away and let her go right around.
Penn by 1, second free throw up, no good. Rebound down to Zionsville. He looked down the floor, but Penn was back there defensively. Had somebody back there covering. And now a three-pointer put up no good. And chasing it down in the corner is off of Zionsville out of bounds. And a demonstration there by Megan Sheridan. She thought maybe she was pushed. It turns out
her and Doy was really battling for that one. Really trying to push each other off and fighting for that ball.
Penn with the basketball and a 1-point lead. 1:07 to go, third quarter. Somebody's going to play for a state championship a week from today. Ball in the hands of Jordan Smith. Got down low. Shot up, no good. Rebound down to Zionsville. Back they come. Ball's almost stolen away. Good work there again by Joy. Now driving down to the baseline. Trying to put it up was Delaney Richardson. They get it inside. Shot put up and a foul call. It's on Grace Adams.
Head coach Ryan Lightfoot and the Bethel Pilots invite you to join them for a game this season on the campus of Bethel College in Mishawaka. Bring the entire family for a game and enjoy basketball at its finest. Visit www.bethelcollege.edu for a complete basketball schedule. The Pilots wishing these teams a great game.
Katie Richardson ties it at 31. She came in averaging 9 points a game, and she's got 13 and now 14. So Zionsville back on top by a digit, 32-31. 40 seconds to go, third quarter. Joy gets it off to Jordan Smith, 5'6" freshman. Smooth ball handler. Again, handling a lot of pressure. These freshmen doing a great job here for Penn. Penn going to let it run down a little bit. 17 seconds left to go. 13 seconds now. Penn switching the offense to the other side. They clear out a little bit. Smith goes in for the shot as it knocked away. 6 seconds to go. It'll belong to Penn.
Katie Huber, just a sophomore, averaging 1.8 points a game. Really has some confidence in this game. She's really come in and done a great job defensively and handling the ball for Zionsville.
Penn trying to work the inbound. Doy going to inbound. Lobs it to Chambers. She goes up for the shot. Knocked it down. Penn on top, 33-32, and that's the end of the third quarter. Penn, after trailing by 5 midway through the third quarter, battles back to take the lead. Nice job by Chambers to knock down the bucket in the baseline. Nice inbounds play. Good call. Boy, we've seen some good coaching and some good play. We're back in a moment with the fourth quarter here on TV 46 WHME, your home for high school sports. Today's broadcast of the Semistate from Valparaiso High School being brought to you in part by Imagineering Finishing Technologies, IFT, where quality is a way of life. It's also a way of life for Bill Beck. Bill Beck, with our Bills Heating sideline report. Bring us up to date on what you're seeing down there in the court.
So you want some exciting action, dial in on number 20 for Penn, Sarah Doy, on the defensive end of the floor. The reason Zionsville's Maddie Nolan can't get points, can't get the basketball, is Zoe is a bulldog on defense. Other than a few switches where she's lost her, Doy is on her every step of the way, back and forth across the floor. And I think if Penn's going to win this game, it's because of her defense and others on Maddie Nolan.
Thank you very much, Bill Beck, with our Bills Heating sideline report. There's a good look at Sarah Doy, number 20 for Penn. Wants this game in the worst way. She wants to play for a state championship next week. So do the Zionsville Lady Eagles. 8 minutes to get it figured out. Penn leading by 1. On top of the basketball, Riggins got it down low, in traffic, shot up, and it looked like a pretty good block by Chambers, but a foul called.
Yeah, it looked like Tia definitely had her hands straight up, but they're going to go ahead and call that her second foul, sending Sheridan to the line.
Sheridan so far today, 2 out of 4 from the line. Second foul on Chambers, doing a pretty good job with all the height inside. She's handled herself pretty well. Free throw rattles around and in. We're tied at 33.
Sheridan now with 11 points. Richardson with 14, leading the way for the Eagles.
Second free throw on the way. That one is good. 34-33. Penn with some pressure in the backcourt. Doy handles that pretty well. On top to Smith. Got the bigs moving pretty good on the baseline. Pate's got the ball. Back to Doy in traffic. Back out to Pate. 1 point game. Biggest lead of the game has been 5 for Zionsville. Now a nice job off the glass. Getting it down is Jordan Smith.
Smith picking up her 8th point of the game, leading the way for Penn now. Great off the glass. Banks open today.
Penn on top by 1. We thought it might be this way the whole game, and it seems like that's where we're going. Inside, putting up a shot. Nice move to the basket by Katie Richardson, the freshman, 6'1" freshman.
For a freshman, man, she's definitely got some good post moves.
16 points for that young lady, and now a whistle. And let's see the call.
They're going to call a foul on Doy on that, and they did not call a foul on right here on Sheridan. A loose ball foul.
She knocked Smith down. Loose ball there, and hustling in, trying to get a piece with Doy, and she's called on the foul. 1 point ball game. Ball belongs to Zionsville.
Sarah with her second foul on the night.
Zionsville trying to work the ball inside. Again, one of the state's best scorers has been held to 3 points in the game. Inside, they kick it back to the wing. High post, jumper on the way is good. Pretty good square up. A nice job by Katie Richardson. She has 18 points in this ball game.
Her sister actually was Delaney with that bucket on that one.
All right.
Her older sister, the junior, with her 5th point now.
Inside, Doy driving inside, gets fouled. Let's see what's on. That's 4 fouls on Zionsville. Penn has been whistled for 5 here, second half.
Delaney Richardson picking up that foul. Her first of the night.
Chamber, left side, Doy for 3 on the way, got it.
Big bucket to tie the game by Sarah Doy.
5:55 to go when the ball went in, and we are starting over again. Here's Nolan, top of the circle. Pate's on her now. She tries to go around her, gives it off. They go inside. Chambers straight up. Oh, they caught her on the foul again. Good aggressive play by Megan Sheridan. And Chambers did all she could. I was watching to see if she stayed vertical. Bo, I thought she did, but
second time in a row. She's really complained about it, and I thought she was vertical on both of them.
I think if we could watch it again, what we'd see is maybe her feet moved a little bit. Now, you go straight up, that's fine, but if you move your body and you move your feet, that's where you get the call. Free throws coming up here. And the three-point play is completed. 41-38, and we got a timeout on the floor. Zionsville back on top. Watch it again as Zionsville gets a big three-point play, breaking a tie from 38-38 to 41-38 now. Zionsville on top by 3. Back in a moment. Welcome back to our coverage of the Semistate from Valparaiso, brought to you in part by Dr. James V. Macri. Bring your dental issues to an expert, Dr. James Macri. Also being brought to you by the IHSAA. The IHSAA partnering with TV 46 for the last 27 years, and we'll have the state finals for you next week right here on WHME. Back to action, Penn basketball. They have to inbound out near midcourt to Clinton. Clinton gets it down low and off the glass, up and in. And it's a one-point game again.
Nice job by Antrice Shelton being under the bucket, getting her 7th point of the night as well.
Penn down by 1. Back to the defense. Working hard on defense today. It's been a big factor. Now they get the ball inside. Another strong move to the basket. Shelton gets called on a foul.
Her 4th of the night. They're really feeding Sheridan and Richardson down low.
And you got to, you say, well, why don't you front her and deny the ball? They were. They still got the ball to her. Smith was there trying to help out. 2 free throws coming up. 1-point game. Sheridan, 6'1" junior. Free throws good.
Well, we talked about kind of some youth on the Zionsville team. Sheridan, just a junior with 16 points. Katie Richardson, a freshman with 16 points. Delaney Richardson, a junior with 5. And again, Maddie Nolan's only a junior as well.
14 now for Sheridan. Penn, shot from the outside, up no good, and guess who's got the rebound? Megan Sheridan heads down the floor. 4:57 to go. 3-point lead for Zionsville. Nolan wanted to get the shot off in the worst way. Now they lob it down low again. They double on her. Kick in the corner, 3 on the way. It's off no good, and Penn comes away with a rebound and a reach-in foul called on Zionsville. It's on Riggins. First second. Penn finally got a stop. It was a good-looking shot from the outside by Delaney Richardson. It wouldn't go down. And look at Smith has the rebound, and anytime you reach around the arm, you got a good chance of getting called on a foul. Zionsville doubling now, and Smith does a good job of beating that pressure. And down low on the baseline trying to get a shot was Dory. She comes back out with it. 4.5 to go in a classic game. 3-point lead for Zionsville. And the ball's picked up. Corner. Grace Adams, 3, off no good, and rebound down to Zionsville. Good looking shot by Grace. They get the ball down low, trying to go up into traffic. In the paint, knocking it down. Maddie Nolan.
What a great job. The biggest lead of the night by any team with 4:07 to go is 5 by Zionsville, 45-40.
Zionsville's led by 5 a couple of times. It didn't take Penn long to come back, and a lot of it had to do with three-point shooting. Penn has done a good job in the three-pointers tonight. And I'll tell you what, it is a phenomenal effort going on here by both these teams. Next week, we've got a dandy for you. Well, we like to call all of them a dandy. We got the South Bend Riley Wildcats. Number 1 in the state in my mind. I know they got moved down because of the political voting down in Indianapolis. That's the way it works. But South Bend Riley Wildcats undefeated, having a great season. We're going to get a chance to see Demezy Anderson and that great crew. And John Glenn has a nice season going as well. John Glenn, one of the top teams in the NIC. They knocked off Marion at Marion earlier this season. We'll have that for you Friday night at 11 o'clock and Saturday morning at 9 right here on your home for high school sports, WHME. I also want to remind you, Chuck Freeby not with us tonight. Chuck is with Notre Dame baseball. They've got another game on Sunday at 12 noon against number 16 LSU. The Irish came up just a little bit short on Friday night. They led 6-0, lost 7-6. There's a look at the two coaches, and it's getting intense down there. Christy Kaneski-Ulrich, Andy McGuire. Penn down by 5 with a basketball. And they will be inbounding down on the baseline. The official waiting for somebody to come to throw it in.
Zionsville looking to have their first trip to Semistate, or to the state. This is their first trip to Semistate in school history. Penn looking to go to state for the second time in 3 years.
Penn needing a few passes to break the pressure, and now Dory gets it down to Pate. She fires the three, and off, no good. Rebound chased down, and it belongs to Zionsville. And back down the floor come the Eagles. Out on the wing with it. Riggins, they could use some time now. Up by 5, they don't necessarily have to push the pace, looking for maybe a backdoor or a layup. And now a timeout called by Andy McGuire. So Zionsville's Eagles trying to wrap up a semi-state win against Penn. The Kingsmen, a lot of time left in this one, Bo, and a lot of good basketball still to come, but you got to give Zionsville credit. They've had some people that have come up big, and I'm really impressed with the play of Megan Sheridan, especially when they get her the ball down in the baseline. She's been tough to stop.
Oh, she definitely has. And she got 17 points on the night, and Katie Richardson, the freshman's got 16. They're both leading the way, and especially down the stretch here, the free throws that Megan Sheridan has hit. She's gotten fouled, gone to the line, she's hit her free throws, and that's kind of the difference here going down the stretch is they're getting to the line and Penn's not.
You wonder a little bit if the fact that Dory is working so hard defensively on Maddie Nolan that her points are down a little bit. She came in averaging 12.7. She's only got 3 points here tonight. And ebb and flow between two of the top players in the state. Right now, Penn's got work to do. They trail by 5. Zionsville with the basketball, and their head coach wanted to make it clear to his team what he wanted them to do with it. Bill Beck will be standing by following the completion of the ball game with an interview with our player of the game. A lot of great play in this game, as you would expect. 2 quality programs. They get the ball into Maddie Nolan, number 24. A little weave going out, way out on top. And as I said, probably looking for a backdoor cut if they can get one. But if they don't get that, they don't need one. Now they hand it off, and again, it's the weave going. Back out on top. We're down to 3:15 to go. Penn trying to work their defense, trying to be careful.
Yeah, Zionsville not going to rush a shot. They're willing to take some time off or let Penn foul with Jordan Smith picking up her first foul of the night.
And they picked a player in Kaylee Riggins go to the free throw line. Riggins 71% on the season at the free throw line. 5'8" senior. Spins it once, eyes the bucket on the way, got it. Biggest lead of the ball game for Zionsville.
Zionsville's a team shooting 77% from the free throw line. Quite impressive as a team.
46-40. Riggins with another opportunity, eyes the bucket. That one's on the way and good. He made them both. 7-point lead, 3:09 to go. Penn gets it ahead. Smith stops, pops, 10-footer off, no good, and crashing the boards and drawing the foul is Trinity Clinton. That's her third.
Clinton going over the back. Imagineering Finishing Technologies is a world-class metal finishing company specializing in plating, coating, testing, and consulting services. 58 years as the knowledge source for metal finishing solutions. Reach us at info@iftworldwide.com.
Tia Chambers coming out of the ball game. Grace Adams is in. Tia's done a great job this today, certainly, and this season. Worked her way back from a serious knee injury. What a great year she's put together to help this team get here. And now it's an 8-point lead. As the free throw is up and good by Maddie Nolan. Second one on the way. Off, no good. Nolan made 1 out of 2. Back comes Penn. Long shot from the outside.
Pate with her third 3 of the night. Big shot by Reagan Pate.
Back to a 5-point game. Penn needs a stop. We're down to 2:43 to go. Nolan had to give it up. Gets it back now out top. They want to keep it in her hands if they can. She's a great free throw shooter. And now being tied up and fouled on the perimeter is Katie Richardson, 83% free throw shooter. Maddie Nolan, 80%. Well, you got to foul. You can't let the time go off the clock. Down by 5. First one on the way is good. It's a tough team.
Oh, yeah. Like we talked about before with Maddie Nolan, well below her, 16 points below her average, but Sheridan averaging 7 a game has 17, and Richardson averaging 9 has 17 as well.
Missed the second one and a foul called. The big break for Penn. It's not going to be free throws, but that is foul number 5 on Zionsville. What a game Sheridan has had. Bill Beck may be spending some time with her in a couple minutes. All the way down the floor, put up a shot, drawing a foul was Sarah Doy.
Looks like Kaylee Riggins picking up back-to-back fouls there, picking up her 4th.
And Riggins is one of their top ball handlers. They say it's foul number 3 on Riggins. Free throw by Doy is good. Doy hasn't had a great game, but she's had a good one, done so many great things defensively. She'll have another free throw. And she makes it. 4-point game now, 49-45. Penn with some full court pressure.
Still lots of time here with only a 4-point game, 2-possession game here.
Penn gets players tied up in the corner, but just don't have the height to force the turnover. Now the ball is back in the hands of Nolan. Kicks it back out. Now they get it back in. On the wing. We're down to 1:57 to go. Nolan with the basketball.
You might see Penn step up here and maybe
4-point
go ahead
game.
and take a foul.
Trying to be patient if they can be. Penetration, nice kick, back out top. Who do you want to foul? And there's the ball tipped away, and Dory dives for it. Came up with it, called a timeout. Christy Koneski called timeout. Great job by Christy. As soon as she saw Dory get control, she pointed to the official, said timeout. And the Penn Kingsmen have the ball down 4. 1:34 left to go. Stay with us. Semistate action continues in a moment. You're looking at Valparaiso High School, home of the Vikings, but today home of the Semistate Class 4A. There's the Penn Lady Kingsmen around head coach Chrissy Koneski Ulrich. State champions 2 years ago. Disappointing loss last year to St. Joe, but St. Joe went on to win the state championship last year. So if you lose to the eventual state championship, some condolence there, but there's a look at Andy McGuire, the head coach. We saw him for a minute there from Zionsville, his first trip to a semi-state. So proud of his team. We've got a 4-point game. Penn with the basketball, inbound on the sideline. Grace Adams inbounds. Grace goes right to the corner looking for the ball, comes across the baseline. Out top with it, Smith got it to Grace Adams. No shot available. Got it back out top to Smith. Smith drives down the left side, puts up the jumper on the way out, no good. Rebound out of bounds, it'll belong to Zionsville. 1:17 to go.
Kind of a quick shot by Smith there coming out and not really getting her feet set.
Defensively, Penn will go back, and entering the lineup is Trinity Clinton. You're substituting every chance you can now with 1:17 to go. Get your best defenders out there. Zionsville trying to get up the floor, and they finally do. Now a pass far side, out top, back around now, and double teamed out there, and boy, the ball was loose for a second. Zionsville gets it back. We're under a minute to go, 56 seconds to go, and a timeout called by Andy McGuire of Zionsville. His team leads by 4.
Bob, I'm really impressed with Zionsville's inside play with their young group of girls with Richardson and Sheridan inside. Just a great job inside. When we talked about this whole game, and they talk about Maddie Nolan, and yeah, she hasn't really performed on the offensive end tonight, but she's done a great job getting the ball to those girls on the inside, and her assist to those girls inside has been tremendous.
Looks like the Zionsville team was pretty dedicated to trying to get Sarah Howell to the state championship game. Sarah had the flu, didn't make the trip today. She's a 5'6" junior, averages 5 points a game and a couple of rebounds. Also she's got 36 assists on the season and 36 steals. So a big asset that would have been on the floor tonight helping out for Zionsville. But as it turns out, she's under the weather and wasn't able to make the trip. There's Zionsville, the Eagles in their white uniforms with that forest green lettering and numbers. And there's one of the top players in the state, folks, MADDIE Nolan, number 24. Been held in check, but her teammates have really stepped up. By the way, that's Phil Eisenbarger down there. You see on the floor. You remember where you saw him years ago? He was on the bench with the Plymouth Pilgrims when they won the state championship at 82. Phil Eisenbarger, the assistant coach, the tall guy there, was up encouraging the troops here from Zionsville. There he is, Phil Eisenbarger. A tremendous run at Plymouth High School. And Zionsville able to move the ball. They're setting screens, getting people open. We're down to 44 seconds to go. 4-point game. Penn trying to get a mistake. Not so far for Zionsville. And now they foul. Didn't have any choice. Jordan Smith draws the foul. And going to the free throw line will be Delaney Richardson, the 6'1" junior.
Delaney, an 80% free throw shooter. Her first ones of the night.
Boy, they don't waste any time, do they? Delaney Richardson knocks it down. 7 out of 9 from the free throw line here in the fourth quarter for Zionsville. 5-point lead again for the Eagles, and checking in for Penn is Tia Chambers, and Tree Shelton goes out. Second free throw is also good. 6-point lead. Penn basketball. Smith in traffic. Dishes it off. Grace Adams in the corner. Got it back to Smith. Smith driving down the lane. Kicks it out. Grace Adams for 2. It's on the way. It's off, no good. And a rebound chased down, but it's off for Penn out of bounds. And with 19 seconds to go.
Great hustle by Doy there, not wanting to give up on that ball, trying to do everything she could.
And a foul called quickly as the ball is thrown into MADDIE Nolan. She'll go to the free throw line, and the party is starting at Zionsville.
Parents are starting to get excited, that's for sure.
Here at Valparaiso, people turn around and say, okay, now we're going to get rooms together. We're going to, you got to make those plans.
Yes, yes they do.
And MADDIE Nolan, who drew a lot of attention away from other players today at the free throw line, she knocks it down.
Again, winning it at the free throw line. Just tremendous job in the second half, especially the fourth quarter, for these Zionsville Eagles at the free throw line.
Second free throw gets a nice, what I like for breakfast, a nice sweet roll. Penn gets it inbound. Smith, 15 seconds to go. Driving down left side of the line. Grace Adams for 3, off no good. Rebound comes back out. Grace put it up again, no good. That was Pete that put it up the second time, no good. 1 second, that's it. The Zionsville Lady Eagles have won the Semistate and will play in the Class 4A state championship game next Saturday. Bill Beck down on the sidelines, and Bill going to get a chance to talk to the player of the game, Megan Sheridan. Sheridan, an outstanding game today. And let's wait for Bill to get ready to go. Sheridan had 17 points today. Really picked up the slack. She came into the ball game averaging 7 points a game. You got to have somebody step up and get it done, and that's what happened for Zionsville today. As Bill Beck will be heading over to our sidelines, and a chance to visit with number 21, Megan Sheridan. Bill Beck, take it away with our player of the game.
We've got Megan Sheridan here. Great game today in the post. What made this team so tough today?
They played really good defense. We could really tell they scouted us, but we were ready and we knew what we were doing. We trusted each other. We had confidence in ourselves, and we really focused. So that's what was able to let us beat them.
What kind of faith do you have in Coach?
He's got us so prepared for where we are today, and I just can't thank him enough for everything he's done. So And I'm so proud of the team and everything.
You guys came in here like an experience, even though you've never been here before.
Yeah.
Did you have a lot of jitters coming in?
Did we what? Can you say
Did you
it
have a
again?
lot of jitters coming into this?
Oh yeah, I was a little bit nervous. I didn't want to say I was, but I think that we played really well and we were able to overcome that. So it was really good.
You got some buddies waiting on back.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Congratulations. Megan Sheridan, player of the game for Zionsville. Great game.
Outstanding, and she's our Indiana University South Bend fulfilling the promise player of the game. And they're starting to put on some T-shirts and celebrate. And they should. They won the game, and Bo, as we get ready to go to our break, I just got to say it occurs to me that maybe the best team won the game today.
I agree with that 100%. Up and down throughout their lineup, they're very solid and they're young. This team's going to be back for next year. They have a lot of people that are coming back, and this is a very, very solid team.
Well, Penn's going to miss Sarah Doy, that's for sure. An outstanding leader, Tia Chambers, great gift to the program. They're going to miss the seniors, but a lot of players back for Penn as well. Let's take a break. We'll come back with our post-game show in a moment. You're watching TV 46 coverage of the Semistate from Valparaiso.
Watching the WHME TV 46 High School Game of the Week, brought to you by
You're getting a look at the Zionsville Lady Eagles getting a chance to cut down the nets here at Valparaiso High School. Second time it's been done today. Michigan City Marquette Catholic won the 1A playoff game here. They'll move on to the state championship next week. TV 46 will bring you all the state championship games next week. And among them will be the Zionsville Lady Eagles. They knocked out the Penn Kingsmen this evening. And tell you what, Bo, as we said, and Bill Beck came over, we kind of threw it up to him. He said the same thing. The best team probably won today. Penn played hard, no question about how do you get here in the first place. But when you look at the best five on the floor from time to time and most of the game, I thought Zionsville had more talent, bigger size, and a couple of tough challenges. Bill Beck brought up the fact they had a left-handed post player. It's tough to guard.
Yeah, he talked about the differences of guarding somebody because they have a different type of move, and you're not usually necessarily working on those moves or see those and able to defend those throughout the year. And Megan Richardson, what a great job she did today. And you can't go and forget Sarah Doy and Tia Chambers and what they've meant to the Penn program.
They've done a great job and left a great legacy, and a lot of great young players will be back for Christy Kineski-Ulrich next year. We're going to take a look at our electrifying play of the game, and one of the big focuses today was regarding MADDIE Nolan. Now, she hadn't scored in the second half for about 2.5 minutes in, and she came open for a three and knocked it down, and the fans, everybody went crazy, including that young lady. And you could just feel the vibe almost from Zionsville, knowing that she was going to be a factor. Didn't get in double figures today, but played a good game and drew a lot of attention away and allowed other people to pick up the scoring, including our player of the game.
Yeah, I think she did a great job of dishing the ball off, not being able to score. It was able for her to get the ball to the bigs underneath with Richardson and Sheridan.
Well, when you talk about our Whoa Stop It game, brought to you by the Indiana Criminal Justice Institute, we always look for a key play defensively, and at the end of the half, it looked like it was going to be a good opportunity for Zionsville to score, but Penn got to stop, and there's people diving on the floor. The ball came loose a couple times, and shots put up and tipped and down, but the whole time the first half was winding down, and the clock went off right about there. So Penn got a big stop. They actually led at the end of 3 quarters. And then it was just a little bit too much of the size for Zionsville, and they made their free throws down the stretch. Yeah. What a great sign that is. If you're going to win a championship, you got to do that.
You definitely do. They shoot 77% as a team, and they hit them down the stretch. And we talked about that in the third quarter, early fourth, about having to hit your free throws to win a championship. Zionsville did it. They hit their free throws. They're going to the state.
They're going to state, and they're going to celebrate tonight, certainly, and then their head coach, Andy McGuire, will get the girls together, and they'll talk about who they got to play and how they're going to win the state championship. We wish them all the best. And again, congratulations to the Penn Lady Kingsmen on a fantastic season. Tough to appreciate that today, but they'll certainly be feeling about what they've done, left another chapter in a great legacy of Penn girls basketball. I'm Bob Nagel, and for Bo Hunt and Bill Beck, we appreciate you being with us for our coverage. Joe Fertina, our producer-director today. Tom Ward, great job on the audio. and our entire staff was here early. Had to get set up before the 1A game. And again, Michigan City Marquette won that one. They'll move on to the state championship Class 1A. And the Penn Kingsmen leading in the fourth quarter, but couldn't hang on as Zionsville came up with some big shots, made some key threes, made their free throws, and they move on. We appreciate you being with us. Our next broadcast of high school basketball on TV 46 comes your way next Friday night and Saturday morning as the John Glenn Falcons take on the Riley Wildcats. We'll have it for you right here in your home for high school basketball. Thanks for being with us. Congratulations to Zionsville.